Hold on a second. I will record it from my side if I can.
Yep.
Recording has started. Okay.
Not perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, everybody. Welcome, everyone, and the recording has started. So welcome to the first presentation of the Randy-Orr Memorial Award. And without further ado, I will ask Christy Ombach-Orr to say a few words to start us off.
Okay. Thank you, Pam. Unlike my late husband, Randy, and your dear colleague, I'm not eloquent and not very good at giving speeches, so I'm going to try to keep this short and succinct. First, I would like to thank Pam for inviting me and Randy's brothers to this part of your annual general meeting, where the first Randy-Orr Memorial Award is going to be given out to whom I'm sure is a most worthy recipient. Randy was a very active member of PAFSO. He served in the executive committee for several years. I do not know much about his work with PAFSO. He was not one to talk much about his work and his union activities, not because I was not interested in finding out or not because he did not want me to know. I think it was simply because he was more about getting things done than merely talking about things. Randy was working until just a few days before he passed away, and that included his work with PAFSO. He was dedicated to his work and especially in his involvement with PAFSO. He believed that each and every person must be treated with respect, and he exemplified this big time. His life was one of service to people. To quote one of his brothers, he gave so much and asked for so little. I wish to congratulate all the nominees for this award, and most especially to the winner. Thank you for your service and contribution to the foreign service community that Randy loved so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Are Randy's brothers here with us? I think we.
One of them is here. Bill, are you here?
I see. Bill,
There's
welcome.
William. Yeah.
Oh, I think that might be a different William.
Okay.
I thought we had William, Allen, and Michael,
yes,
but I can't tell.
I'm not sure if they made it, so.
Okay. Well, thank you. And if they're there, we'll have some time at the end to chat, and it would be great to hear a few words from them if they would like to say hi, and thank you for joining us. So I will now hand over the virtual podium to Allison to talk about our first honorable mention for the award.
Hello, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to turn on my camera because I'm a little bit under the weather. So I have the pleasure of presenting Tammy, who's making a face right now. So Tammy has served as one of the moderators for the unofficial FS Facebook group since shortly after the group's inception, helping to ensure that only eligible members are able to join, regularly reminding participants so that they're aware of expectations regarding content and comments, and directing members towards the PAFSO office when they raise issues that would benefit from expert advice. She also regularly posts messages that help keep members informed of important issues such as broadcast announcements, and works closely with other moderators on the rare occasion when inappropriate content is posted. All of this has encouraged the sense of community amongst the FS group, fostering links between the FS at Global Affairs and the FS at Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, and helped new FS gain a better understanding of life at Post and the relocation to get there. Tammy est également bénévole au sein du comité exécutif de l'APASE, où elle a représenté le volet commercial pendant plusieurs années. Elle est également bénévole à la tête du comité de communication depuis quelques années. Son travail au sein du comité exécutif et à la tête du comité de communication a contribué à faire en sorte que le groupe FS reçoit les messages plus réguliers et cohérents sur des sujets importants qui ont un impact direct sur leur vie à l'étranger et à la centrale. Tammy's contributions to Buddha Papier and the Tradecraft Week help give others a perspective of the important work of the FS community undertakes. All of the above activities take many hours each week, which Tammy does with little complaint and limited resources. So with that, congratulations, Tammy. And I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Alison. That was very sweet. I appreciate it. It is, I won't say I do it with no complaints. Let's be honest, but I try to keep that limited. It's, I think I realized the value of the Facebook group back when the strike started. That was when we started our Facebook group. And I honestly believe we would not have been successful without it. Because when you think you are the only mission in the world who's wearing hockey jerseys to the office, it's pretty easy to go, oh, I'm the only one, I'm not going to do it anymore. But when you see all of your colleagues around the world doing the exact same thing, you're not alone. You're part of a bigger group. So thank you kindly, Alison, for the nomination. And I am very honored to be amongst the winner today and the other nominee as well, who I don't know who that is. So that'll be a surprise for me too.
Thank you, Tam. That's great. And congratulations. And now I will turn over the virtual podium to Jonathan.
Hello. Yep, my name is Jonathan Ruta, and it was my honor to nominate Camilo Uribe. I'm so proud that his contributions are being recognized today. Camilo began his career as an LES at the Canadian Embassy in Colombia. He met his now wife, a foreign service officer, while working there, and has traveled the world as a diplomatic spouse ever since. And ever since, wherever he goes, he becomes a real cornerstone of the Canadian diplomatic community. I'll go over a few examples from my experience with Camilo and posting in Tel Aviv to paint a picture of what makes him so important to our community, and you can tell just how key he is and what contributions he makes. Here in Tel Aviv, given a lack of a community coordinator, Camilo unofficially took on the role for all incoming CBS out of the kindness of his heart. This included reaching out often and regularly to every single incoming CBS to give advice on everyday life, how to do groceries, how to commute to work, local dishes to eat, banking. He even made a video that's become the go-to resource in the embassy for how to use a gas pump in Israel because it's complicated, very complicated. It's hard to convey just how above and beyond he goes, but every single CBS I've spoken to in Tel Aviv has told me how much this helped their move and integration into the country. Beyond just intros, Camilo takes on the role of the de facto team builder within the embassy. Camilo would arrange social gatherings on the regular and ensure that no CBS or family member was ever left out. Whether it was barbecues, winery trips, floor hockey tournaments, beach days to discover other parts of the country, or arranging logistics to go to cultural festivals and far-flung places, Camilo built a spirit of community among the CBS and their families. He also built community between offices, and this was very important in the Tel Aviv context. Tel Aviv is close to 3 missions. We have Tel Aviv, Ramallah, and Canadian Forces offices in Jerusalem. Camilo and his family had an uncanny ability to bring these offices together. This included proactively reaching out and organizing joint social events, and just really ensuring that staff in all 3 offices got to know each other. His efforts led to a level of cooperation on a professional level between these 3 offices that I don't think has been matched ever since. Camilo is also a cultural bridge. He has a deep respect for different cultures and makes strong friendships with the local community everywhere he goes. And living in Israel, it was impressive how close he was with Jewish, Arab, and immigrant friends. What was even greater was how he would share his local connections with CBS colleagues to make sure he would tap into the local culture and escape the expat bubble. All the CBS I've spoken to have so many memories of learning about Jewish and Arab traditions through events at his house, through his friends, tasting delicious Palestinian Jewish recipes, learning about religious holidays, and so much else. That he pulled this off in a place as complicated as Israel is a testament to his cultural awareness. Every colleague I've spoken to that interacted with Camilo and all his missions abroad told me he has long deserved recognition for his commitment, dedication, and selflessness to the FS community. It's clear that Camilo truly pours his heart and soul into supporting our community and both as foreign service officers and families. So congratulations, Camilo, this honor is well deserved.
Thanks, Jonathan. And now over to Camilo, if you'd like to say a few words.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan, and for the nomination, and thank you, everybody else. I mean, just really happy with this award. I mean, I've been a trailing spouse for over a decade now, and yeah, it's really nice to get recognition. I mean, I forgot about the video. I guess once you do a video, it's always online about the gas station video. But no, thank you very much, Jonathan. Thank you very much, guys, for the recognition. I just kind of I just want to take this I guess in representation of all the foreign service spouses. I mean, I know a lot of you have spouses, and yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy when you like make a personal choice to follow your spouse on posts. And even though we do get support from GAC, I'd still say that there's still a lot more support to do. And yeah, open. Thank you guys very much. I'm open to leading any other issues of spouses that you want to lead. And yeah, just please remember the spouses. It's going on a post is hard enough, but going on a post and jumping into the unknown, sometimes leaving your work behind, or sometimes it's not easy. So just please bear in mind the spouses. That's what I want to say. And thank you very much. I feel very honored to get this award for the first time, and that it's awarded to a spouse. It's just crazy. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Camilo. We were very happy to see that, in the group of nominees, to see that people recognize what we were trying to say with the parameters of the award, that, for someone in the foreign service community, not necessarily just for another PAFSO member, and for things that everyone that you're doing outside the framework of your paid employment, which is important. I mean, this is out of the goodness of your heart. And, in some ways, even more so for spouses. We definitely recognize that. So I will now turn over to the Kale to speak about his nominee, and then after Kale to Sylvain to do the actual formal presentation of the official Randy-Orr award. Kale, go ahead.
Thanks very much, Pam. Hello, everybody, and good evening and good afternoon or good morning if there are any folks from Asia. Yeah, j'avais un soupçon quand j'ai mis le nom en candidature que j'étais pas le seul à le faire, mais en effet, il y avait trois personnes différentes qui ont subi la même candidature. Donc, je suis ici en tant que représentant, mais il y a des autres ici qui avaient la même idée. Donc, I feel that there's strength in numbers on this. I'll also be quick. I mean, Randy was the first then CIC officer that I ever met. And, we worked together in XCOM a couple of times, and I was thinking when looking at the criteria for the award and something that would be suitable, really the sort of the characteristics that he embodied. And the stuff that came to mind was he's big-hearted, he was really generous with his time, and really committed. And I think that Christie's line about gave so much and asked for so little was perfect. So in this case, the award, I suppose, is going to be given to CJ Scott, who's on the call here and is currently a trade commissioner at the consulate in Barcelona. Since 2020, CJ has been organizing study groups, mentorship matches, and info sessions to support FS and potential FS with preparation for interviews and collective staffing exercises. As we know, career progression is a perennial source of stress and frustration for the FS cadre, and CJ's efforts have gone a long way to support career development, promote mental health and well-being, and build an esprit de corps among applicants and volunteer mentors. So, CJ's work has helped hundreds, without exaggeration, hundreds of our colleagues over the past couple of years. And I think it's very fitting to see her generous contributions being recognized. So congrats, CJ, and I'll pass it over to Sylvain for the official honors here.
Bonjour tout le monde, merci de m'avoir parmi vous. C'est un grand honneur. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to be with you today to recognize volunteer commitment award nominees, honorees, and recipient, as well as remember our colleague Randy-Orr. For people who doesn't know me, I'm Sylvain Lacatre. I'm the Director of Workplace Management Division in RCC International Network. I had the pleasure of working with Randy for about 2.5 years. Although short, it didn't take long that I entered a relation with him as a representative management, but also as a newcomer to the international network, the international community. And like so many others, I was incredibly impressed with Randy's intelligence, warmth, and non-judgmental acceptance. He was easy to talk to, collaborative, balanced, even as we were in discussion issues that could have easily become points of severe disagreement. It was never the case. After only a few interactions, I found myself looking forward to our meetings that were held about every 2 weeks with him. An unexpected pleasure giving our different perspective on how can we better work together in collaboration to support the community. Randy helped me better understand the FS community, the strength, the challenges, and also to set a tone of respect and mutual respect, I should say, open communication. Randy's commitment to the FS community was evident, both through his formal involvement as a member of the PAFSO-APASE committee for many years, but also the way he mentored others and supported the community. And he always remained steady and dependable presence for all his colleagues. I often saw him as the father of the FS community, helping and supporting. Randy was a person who exuded quiet strength. During his 5 years battle with cancer, he demonstrated courage and perseverance. He found balance, caring his own health while still serving and helping others. He was the example of how persons can have very difficult experiences, but still move forward, contribute, and care people around him. For my time in this role, I have come to appreciate how challenging the foreign service experience can be. I am constantly impressed by the adaptability, the resilience, and the commitment that I see my FS colleagues and their family members. I know this is made possible because of the internal strength of individuals, as well as by the important community aspect. I am so glad to join you this evening and honor others who, like Randy, look beyond themselves and invest in their effort in building and strengthening this unique and important community. Hearing the honorable mentions and also the winner, I think this is a perfect example of lines to Randy's personality, but also his accomplishments and supporting the community. On that note, I'm very happy to virtually provide C.G. Scott the award, first award of the Randy-Orr. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sylvain. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking how much we all miss Randy and we miss his contribution, especially in, really being the father of the IRCC, or say leader of the IRCC PAC for sure, and taking, providing a lot of mentorship and guidance to new officers and a lot of mentorship and guidance to new people joining the PAFSO Executive Committee as well on how to contribute and how to demonstrate that commitment. And he's definitely missed. So I'm very happy to see CJ as the recipient of the award. She, I think, embodies that spirit. And so I'd like to turn over the virtual microphone to her to say a few words.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. This is very unexpected. It's after midnight here in Barcelona, and I'm trying to stay up because I'm about to catch a flight. So I am just a bit overwhelmed. But I would Kel mentioned that all of this kind of started for me anyway in 2020, and it was in the wake of one of these competitions where other people had helped me to prepare. And I remember kind of collapsing after I went through my interview process. And then after taking a nap, I got up and I thought, oh, but other people are in these processes right now. And if we don't help them, who's going to help them? And so that was the impetus of starting to just reach out and talk to people. And that first wave of helping people happened really, really quickly. I had the idea on the Sunday afternoon and it was up and running the Monday night. And that could not have happened without the esprit de corps of the FS group and all people who used to be FS who heard about it and jumped in as well, because they all acted as mentors. They all started putting their hands up. The word started spreading and everybody wanted to get involved. So I think that says something about our group as well. Not only are we doing our jobs for the government of Canada, but we have a sense of commitment and care for each other. And I think that that is really the spirit maybe of this award. Thank you.
Thank you, CJ. I see Bert has his hand up. Bertrand Mier, our GM.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Pam. I just wanted to say that all the winners will be receiving a nice certificate that has been developed by our communication officer, Eric. And there will also be a press release on our website tomorrow to announce the winners. So on behalf of PAFSO Secretariat and the staff, congratulations to the winners, and may you live a healthy and long career. Thank you.
Thank you, Bert. So maybe what I would like to do is suggest that we, that if you have a glass with you, that you raise it in a toast. I have, as you see, a small glass of wine here with me. Maybe everyone could take a moment to get whatever glass you have if we need to pause. And we could offer a toast first to CJ and Tam and Camilo. And congratulations on their on winning the award and on embodying the spirit of Randy's service to the FS community. So to all of you. And then perhaps also I'd like to offer a toast to Randy and to his memory and to all of the work that he did to honor the FS community and his long years of service with PAFSO. I was first joined the PAFSO Executive Committee in 2008. And I was president before 2009 to 2011, and Randy was on the XCOM then. And then when I came back in 2016, Randy was still on the XCOM. And you just that kind of commitment is just so rare and valuable and is so much missed. And I think we have to try to see what we can do to foster that spirit in the FS community writ large. So to Randy, and we miss him. So with that, what I propose is that we conclude the formal part of the virtual awards ceremony. I'll ask Marty to turn off the recording.